back to Los Vikingos TV. And this week, since there's no Real Madrid games, I decided to do a immediate reaction to the Euro 2020 qualifier, Spain and Norway. Sorry for the late post. I had a long weekend at work. I just finished this game. I watched it late, but this game's important for me because Spain's my adopted country. I have family there, not really family, but people I consider family, and also four Madrid players participated: Ceballos, Ramos, Asensio, and Odegaard for Norway. Spain dominated possession, so Odegaard didn't see much of the ball. I haven't really watched him much, but I do listen to the Managing Madrid Loan Tracker podcast, so I do pay attention to how he's been doing this season. And from what he didn't see much of the ball, but from what I saw, the kid really has an eye for a pass, like a defense splitting pass, and he is a really good dribbler. He likes tight spaces, and he can usually get out of tight spaces. Something that I understand from listening to Keon and Matt is that his passing percentage is low, but they believe it is because he has an eye for making that key pass. And I believe he leads the Eredivisie in key passes this season, but sometimes I think he tries to force it, and that's not always the correct moment to make that pass. But he has been one of the better players in the Eredivisie this season, and he has a knack for like a short lob pass over the top in the 50th minute or so. I think it was like the 52nd minute. He did it, and it was beautiful. I mean, like really beautiful, like perfect touch, laid right into the guy's path. And don't listen to what people tell you about Martin Odegaard. It's wrong. This kid will most likely be a future cornerstone of Real Madrid. He's not a bust. Even if he doesn't play at Real Madrid for that long, he's not a bust. This kid is really good, and he was going to play for a club, an important club one day. Ajax is looking to put a 20 million bid on for him, and Real Madrid should say no. They should not accept anything less than 50 million. And honestly, I wouldn't even accept that personally. But if they're really trying to get him off the books, I think that would be a fair price for. I think he's only 21 or 20 or 21, so he's still young, very young. Um, he's not as highly as regarded as like Asensio and Ceballos and even Vinicius and Rodrigo, Mbappe, Sancho, all those kids. But I mean, he really is good, and the world has kind of like turned a blind eye to him, and they really shouldn't, because he'll be coming up soon, and he'll be very, very impressive. So now on to Marco Asensio. He seems to be catching form since the Zizou hire. I know it's been one game, but in that one game, he looked really amazing. And he looked amazing this game. He's a favorite for Luis Enrique, and he's probably the most talented player right now, other than maybe Isco. His link-up play with Jordi Alba is pretty damn good. It doesn't get much better than that. And he kind of has about the same with Marcelo, but he got a hockey assist or a secondary assist on the first goal of the game. He plays a 1-2 with Jordi Alba, who plays him down the left wing, who then crosses to Rodrigo, who hits it in with a one-timer. Again, he also had a beautiful defense-splitting pass to Morata around the 50th minute, I believe, like 55th minute, and Morata just kind of mishandles it, and with a better touch, he probably could have scored a goal. Funny though, the fans at Mestalla whistled Asensio for not scoring a ball to Rodrigo instead of shooting, and as you know, Mestalla is the home stadium for Valencia, who Rodrigo plays for, so that's probably why. Next, I'm going to go to Danny Ceballos. It was kind of a quiet game from him. He didn't provide much, but he's a Luis Enrique favorite. I would say he's probably a lock for the Spanish squad 2020 if staying healthy, and as long as he continues to get chances under Zidane, that shouldn't be an issue. And lastly, to El Capitan, Sergio Ramos, the man. Kind of quiet game from Ramos. I mean, he did score, but it was a PK that Morata had earned. What a surprise. Panenka, the Panenka gets better and better each time he does it. I mean, beautifully lofted, just, top. Goalie couldn't even get to it. I mean, the only way the goalie could have got to it is if he literally stood there and jumped, because it was, like, right underneath the bar. It was, like I said, kind of a quiet night. Dominated possession. I think it was like 75-25. That's usual, but, especially with Norway not being as good as opposition, it makes it a lot easier for them to dominate. But not that Norway's terrible, but there's no, like, they probably won't make it to the Euro 2020. Pretty it was a pretty comfortable game for Spain. So you would have liked to see a better scoreline, but they got the win. And also another thing, Ramos sent a ball wide from Ceballos. Ceballos gave a cross in, and Ramos sent a ball wide on his right foot. It was like kind of like a volley. And also one other thing I noticed was he gave away possession that almost led to a Norway goal. But yeah, actually he passed it into Odegaard's path, and Odegaard just intercepted it. They kind of like countered a little bit. It was really their only. It was one of their only chances of the night. So not a bad night from the captain. Also, something that's going to be intriguing is who is going to be Serge's partner in that defense for Euro 2020. PK's gone. PK has won everything with his country and one thing twice, the Euros. So it's going to be interesting to see who ends up taking that second spot. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Inigo San Martinez from Real Sociedad, but who knows? It could be Mark Bartra. It could be Nacho if Nacho catches form next year. You never really know. Maybe a Spanish center back comes up. Mario Hermosa, I believe is how you say his name. Is a Real Madrid product from La Fabrica. He is someone to look out for. He might be partnering Serge in defense, but we don't really know. It's going to be, it's really one of the big spots that's open. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight for the position. Um, Thank you guys for listening. I should have a video coming on Wednesday. Not really sure what it's going to be yet. I'm thinking about doing another Champions League preview because Champions League is going to be starting soon. Quarterfinals. Also, I'm going to be writing my new Managing Madrid article on Wednesdays, so keep a lookout for that. And like I said, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you heard, hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And holla Madrid.